Victor,
Steffi.
do you have a joke for me?
Yes. How do penguins build their houses?
I don't know.
Igloos it together.
Okay, Victor, I actually have.
I apologize to the 2 viewers, now probably 1.
Yes. I actually have a very similar one joke. How do you call a magic dog?
I don't know.
A labracadabra door.
Oh, God. Let's start the episode.
Okay, let's start the episode.
Wow.
Wow Happens with Stephanie Hitchens and Victor Kunzig.
All right, on today's episode, we're going to talk about like animation. By the way, don't forget to like this video. But we're going to dive right into our main topic after that on YouTube and TV and how, YouTube's push towards the big screen is shaping the platform and how it might look like in the future.
So let's get right into it. Like YouTube now has a new like button animation. Who would have guessed that this is important? But depending on the genre of the video, they show now different like button animations. They have 20 different ones. So like you know the standard one, right?
Yeah,
No one could hear this.
Oh, yeah, I gestured it with my hand. So the video viewers saw a thumbs up.
So watch on YouTube if you want to see what Victor did. And now they have like different styles of animations depending on the genre. So they have also like for cat videos and for dog videos, they have different kinds and like, yeah.
Do you know what they do for tech videos?
No, I don't know.
I'm curious. Is it rolled out like completely now? Does it?
I think so, yes.
I have to go like one of my old videos.
You should like one of your videos. Yes, and so this is like a minor change, obviously, to the platform, but they think that it will improve like how much people press the like button. I think they did it because of this will increase the engagement on the like button because people are curious what animations come and
yeah, but how does that help YouTube? Like I get that, like, and I'm now curious to find out, but it doesn't really encourage me to do it like more longer over the time, I think. And also like, I mean, the likes help the videos, right? Oh, maybe. Oh no, actually, yeah. Yeah. Now I get it. Like it's not for like the channel itself, but the more people like a video, YouTube knows better what they like, and it's like it'll teach the algorithm the user preferences. Okay, I get it. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, and people are curious about what animations come there and why is there a different one. And I remember like this current animation which comes, it's not so old, right? So they just like they introduced it like some month ago, and every time I'm seeing it, I'm thinking like, oh, so cute. So I guess if you now have different ones, people will after some time they will recognize and they want to have like the cat thumbs up or
a little hit of dopamine every time you click a button.
The dopamine.
We all like it.
But so our big topic of today is YouTube on TV.
Do you watch YouTube on TV? Or where do you watch YouTube the most?
The most I watch on my iPad.
On your iPad?
Yes.
Oh, you're a minority.
Yes, I'm the minority of the minority, but I mostly watch it on the iPad. And I think the second device is actually the mobile, and the third is the TV.
The computer? Do you ever watch it on a computer? Like outside of like work, I need to look something up kind of YouTube.
Like I used to do when I had lunch and I was alone in the office, then I sit in front of my computer and watch YouTube videos while eating lunch, but like I'm not alone in the office anymore.
Oh God, this move. This
But how is it for you? Where do you watch?
TV actually.
Really? TV?
Yeah.
Like this is the first device?
Oh yeah. Like I'm planning to literally cancel Netflix and HBO Max next month and only have YouTube left. That's the only
Really?
one. Yeah, because I think that's the like I primarily watch YouTube and I watch it on the TV.
Hmm.
Phone rarely, because when I'm in the train, I usually read a book or something like this or work on YouTube videos. But I try to stay away from the phone as much as possible. And now that I have an iPhone Air, I don't have battery for anything anyway. So, but yeah, and I never watch it on a tablet because I rarely use the tablet. Also have an iPad, but I rarely use it for that kind of stuff. So it's mostly TV.
Yeah. Like for me, it's like as soon as it runs on TV for me, it's a family thing.
Oh,
Then I'm not watching alone. Then we are watching together, and we all enjoy the same program. Like I would say like between Netflix, Apple TV, and YouTube, probably YouTube is the one we watch the most
yeah. See, it's kind
on
of
TV.
crazy.
Yeah, and outside of TV, anyway, YouTube is like I watch multiple hours
Yeah.
on YouTube basically every day. So like there are some developments in this space, and one of it is that people like you and me, and especially people older than us, are starting to watch YouTube more and more and more and more on the TV. And so this led to that, yeah, as you said already, YouTube is basically the biggest single streaming service. Like I think the current stats from the US say like 49% of all streaming is done on YouTube. And when we say streaming here, we don't in this episode we don't mean like the business streaming, live
Mm.
streaming we are doing. We mean the Netflix and
Watching videos.
watching videos basically.
Yeah.
Another statistic which I thought was really interesting is that basically um, half of the videos on YouTube are less than 10 minutes or 11 minutes, and half of them are more than 11 minutes.
Really? All
Yes,
right.
that I watched. So, like, as a business creator or as a creator in general who needs to pay a lot of money to produce a video, you can have still a big audience with a video less than 11 minutes. And but if you are really committed and you have long form content that you want to publish on YouTube, then yeah, going like the extra mile and doing it really, really long does work on YouTube now. Like it's over that it's like, yeah, it's like 5 minutes or 10 minutes. You can go really long and people are watching it.
Yeah. And I think I remember like 10 years ago, so like mobile was like, or even more was like the hot thing, right? Like everything was being consumed on mobile devices, like phones and whatnot. And everybody would try to optimize for that kind of medium. And I think, yeah, it's just changing a lot. And like if you put it on the TV, you can have very long episodes, even like, and that's also something that they talked about that the videos are no longer just videos, there's episodes and seasons. And some channels have been doing this for a long time now, like there's like ABC channel called A Better Computer. Really nice, does some productivity videos. And he does basically a year for him is a season, and he also has a break in between, like a summer break, and then he has his not fixed amount, but he has his episodes, right? And I think it's an interesting way of thinking about when you're producing content like this, because it's a very new modern platform, or modern, or like different than what we have from traditional media, but we're starting to use the traditional media terminology and sort of concept of how we distribute the content.
One of the interesting aspect of that is not only the production side, but it's also the consumer side, right? Like that YouTube now, starting I think last year they started rolling this out, like having exactly this interface on their TV.
Yeah, Netflix-like.
Exactly, and I haven't seen this.
Same.
Like maybe it's not available in our country. I only have seen screenshots how it looks. And you really basically you have the season and episode list of Netflix, right?
Do you like that? Do you want that?
No and no. But I think like I'm anyway like I like my watch later list. I'm normally not watching videos directly from the homepage. I say add to watch later, and then I watch them in my watch later, and clearly YouTube doesn't want this, and they move the watch later list
Yeah, they keep moving
like
stuff away.
always
Yeah.
a level deeper. And so like I think I'm a bit atypical of that. But yeah, if you are used to this interface or this kind of interface and you use it on use YouTube on TV, why not?
I wonder what kind of implications this has on how you sort of advertise your videos in your channel. Because I mean, I don't have the new interface yet, so I don't know how that feels like. But if I think about the YouTube videos that I watch, right? They don't really have that TV character, apart from maybe a few podcasts or like bigger long form content. And when I look at the Netflix interface, I kind of want or expect the thumbnails and the graphics to look different. It's more of a show character and not of a this individual thing kind of character. And I wonder if they're ever going to if you're ever going to be able to split this. Say like, this is how you want your videos to be advertised on a traditional YouTube website, and this is how you want them to be advertised in a TV interface, you know?
I think the advertising is maybe one of the thing. The other thing is the kind of hook of each video. Because if you have like a sequential display of videos, you only need to hook people kind of once.
Yeah, and then you're going to continue watching, right?
Yeah, you continue watching, or you like I think the in-season hooks, they work a bit different than like hooking someone like to start something. So maybe
But how do you think that works? For example, let's take a like maybe I'm restricting myself a bit too much into like tech channels, but like if I look at MKBHD, right, one of the biggest tech channels on YouTube, right, he makes a lot of phone reviews, right, and yeah, sometimes there is like something that overarching or like a Easter egg in the background, like a light that goes out, that sort of ties these videos together. But it's not really like an episodic content. So do you think like having his videos like in a list would get people to binge through previous phone reviews more than in a different layout?
no, I think this works differently. I think on the one hand you have news.
Yeah.
Like the phone review.
Yeah.
You know, like no one watches a season of news program, right?
That's what I mean, right?
Like, oh wow, I watched the news from like 3 months ago. It was really
See,
interesting,
yeah.
fascinating cliffhanger. No, that doesn't happen, right? So you need to have specific content that people want to binge watch, or where people are hooked actually at the end of the episode to watch the next one.
Yeah.
So maybe it's a new content format that will appear also on YouTube more and more, or with like creators who are not like professional TV producers or
Yeah, but are starting
series
to get
producers.
close to it.
Exactly. You need to create an like basically at the beginning of the season, you need to know how you want to end this.
Yeah,
Like,
that's TV productions. It really goes into that.
yes.
And there like over the last couple of years, there's a lot of channels that popped up that sort of use this format. And like for example, the biggest one of all, Mr. Beast, is going more in that direction as well. Like his huge shows, if you look at his beginnings or his humble beginnings of like just talking to a camera to what he does now, it's like insane. Like it's like proper event, big productions, right? And then you have channels like Michelle Khan, I think is her name, which like Challenge Accepted or something like that. There's a lot of shows now on YouTube, like shows, not which I would have said like 10, 15, maybe even longer, more years ago, you wouldn't have considered those to be YouTube videos. Traditional media would
No,
have
for
said
sure.
like, that belongs on a TV screen. Well, it is now, ironically, going on a TV screen, but it went first to a different medium and then it's now coming back to the TV.
It's interesting that you said Mr. Beast. And I want to come back to it. Like, did you watch the Mr. Beast Amazon Prime show?
No, I'd only read about it. But
Oh, you only read about it?
I
Oh,
only-
I watched it.
You watched it?
I watched it.
Was it good?
Yeah. Like I think I'm outside of the target group actually. But I also think that the YouTube video, the first episode, was the best one.
Hmm.
But do you think with these developments we see now on YouTube, was Mr. Beast's approach to use Amazon Prime, was it actually already outdated when he did this deal?
What do you mean? Like this is his format, or
Yeah, like this idea that he needs to go to Amazon or Netflix. I think Netflix now also tries something similar with the B class of creators. Do they really need this, or is actually doing this on YouTube actually way better for them?
doing it on YouTube is way better. There was a couple of years ago, there was I forgot her name, but she did like comedy videos on YouTube. And then she got to host like on TV, broadcast TV, a late night show. And I never watched it. I also didn't watch her YouTube videos, but the reception of the late night show wasn't very good because it wasn't her. You know, she was very good on YouTube because that's sort of the surrounding, the space that she was comfortable with in and was good at. It's like familiar, like, and they took her out, and put her in a traditional setting. And in that traditional setting, she didn't work anymore. Her energy, the way that she presented, the way that she talked, the way that her jokes worked, didn't work. She had, joke writers and there was scheduled guests and all that stuff. Didn't fit to what she did before. And I think this is sort of traditional media trying to get audiences from a different platform to their platform, not realizing that the person, yes, is a hook to a certain degree, but the reason why those people were successful in the first place is because they were given free reign on how they want to do their things. And that's how people got attracted to that. The authenticity again. That kind of thing is very difficult. But it also touches on something that we talked in one of our previous episodes about private equity companies now sort of like approaching YouTube channels. And one of the things we mentioned there was that because they're bringing in structure, stuff starts to look and feel the same because they're trying to align things. And I have no idea how this Mr. Beast show was produced on Amazon. I know there's a video you recommended from Potato Jet about behind the scenes,
Yes.
which I still haven't watched.
Great.
But I'm just going to sort of wing it now and not hope, but I'm just going to make assumptions here. So take this with a grain of salt. But I imagine that if a traditional media company like Amazon approaches Mr. Beast to do a show, that they will also put in structures, traditional structures to streamline the production, which then sucks away stuff that made Mr. Beast or makes Mr. Beast, right? So the show becomes more like what you have already and not, it loses the character that he had, right? And yeah.
Let me, because I watched it and
Yeah.
I also watched
Okay,
some
maybe I'm
behind.
completely off. Sorry.
No, you're not completely off, but like it was actually, this was really interesting because on the Mr. Beast example, because like he started, the first episode is a YouTube video and it is cut and works as a YouTube video. So it's like highly engaging, and as we discussed in the last episode about the pacing, it's super fast. It's YouTube. And like I think it was totally like 10 episodes, and in each of these episodes they basically dialed up a bit the TV-ness of the show.
Oh.
But on purpose. They wanted to come to something that looks more and feels more like a TV game show.
Maybe to try to convert the audience to then go and watch other Amazon shows.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But this was their concept, and yeah, what can I say? Like with each episode, it got more and more boring and ridiculous, and I think I watched the last episode again because I wanted to know who wins, but yeah, I jumped over some because I couldn't watch it anymore. It got so boring.
It became a standard reality TV show, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly. I think you touched on something else that was really interesting, and this morphing of people from YouTube to traditional TV and the opposite. I actually think this works really well in Germany.
Mm.
So you have a lot of examples in Germany where YouTubers move to TV and TV people move to YouTube, like because you have this like the public broadcaster, they have like this YouTube support program where like if you are a creator on YouTube, and they recognize you and you're German, then you can get a deal with them, and you basically get staff for writing and
Oh,
creating your YouTube
really?
videos.
Do we have this in Switzerland?
I don't know. You used to work at the public broadcaster.
Mm.
And so like a lot of YouTubers in Germany actually increased their quality on YouTube, and then at one point they jump over to one of the TV stations, basically to the public
Mm.
TV stations. And I think in a lot of situations that works really well. Sometimes it doesn't. So there was also like a science YouTuber who had like a huge YouTube channel, and then she switched to ZDF Neo, and she got a huge show, like with a big stage design and everything. And I couldn't watch it because like the level,
It's
like
not
she
the
needed
same.
to lower
Mm.
the complexity level and to reach a broader audience, and it was too much acting, and I liked her like just drinking coffee or tea in front of the camera and basically explaining really complicated stuff. I think now, after some years, she basically goes back to the YouTube format a bit more, and she combines it all a little bit different. And I think it gets better. But like, there are also some other examples that are working really great. And you also have like the German John Oliver.
There's a German John Oliver?
Yes, Jan Böhmermann. Oh, you
Yeah.
don't know him? Okay. I would say he's the German John Oliver.
All right.
And he has a show on TV, which is basically like also a YouTube video, ZDF Royal, I think it's called. And every week you get like the videos on YouTube, and hundreds of thousands, millions of people are watching it on YouTube, and I think it works really, really well.
Mm.
I've never seen it on TV actually. I only know
Mm.
it from YouTube.
John Oliver also posts his videos on YouTube. It's pretty cool, actually.
It's funny, right? Because now I said like I never watched it on TV. I only watched it on YouTube. But our discussion is about YouTube is on TV. So
Yes.
I fell for it actually. It's new to me
What do you mean it's new to you?
that you watch YouTube on TV. It's still like a different bucket in my head.
For me, it's not. Like, for like maybe like 5 years ago, a friend of mine said like YouTube is the new TV, and I whole fully subscribe to that idea. I think it is the new TV.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah. Because it's exactly what broadcast TV used to be like. Lots of ads. You jump between lots of shows and videos. And the thing that changed is that you no longer have big media companies behind it. You have individual people and big media companies. But because it's so lucrative and there's a huge audience, big media companies have started to move in and started to professionalize. Well, professionalize may be the wrong word, but like industrialize the whole thing, right? And for certain ones it works, and for certain ones they haven't really figured out what to do or how to do it yet, right? One thing I wanted to ask you regarding the science person who went to the broadcast channel, did she want to go there? Or was it just like a really good deal? Like how?
So I think first she had her YouTube channel as a private person.
Yeah.
Then she joined Funk, which is the YouTube program of the
Mm.
public broadcaster. And I think at one point they approached her and said, "Hey, do you want to have a show on TV?"
Mm.
And yeah, and I think it's like considered like an honor to be on TV in Germany. And I guess she got a lot of more money because alone the set probably cost more than
Yeah.
her whole staff for a year.
But I think that's sort of also very. I always thought that this was a very interesting thing that YouTubers, I believe, want to be on TV and in movies in Hollywood. While ironically, Hollywood stars want to be on YouTube.
You always want what you don't have, and the grass
Yeah.
is always greener on the other side.
Ex-
Your grass is so green.
Oh, you mean figuratively? I was like, I don't have grass over here. I think the mediums are sort of starting to blur together, and uh, it's dictated by what people or where people watch it. And well, apparently it's the TV. Like, well, I know it's the TV because I do it as well, and for me, it's like totally normal. I don't think it is as a weird thing to watch YouTube on TV.
No, it's not. It's not anymore. We
Yeah.
are in 2025,
Yes.
almost in 26.
Yeah.
It's not weird anymore. So, Victor, let me ask you something. Like, what do you think? Where's YouTube heading, and how does it look in 10 years?
I think like okay, maybe this is a bit of a doomy gloomy kind of way of thinking for traditional media, but for example, podcasts, which are also a huge part on YouTube. For me, podcasts are just radio shows on demand. It's like video on demand, but the radio version of it. And I think maybe not 10, maybe a little longer, that something like YouTube will replace traditional broadcasting formats entirely. Like we will no longer have that kind of stuff, right? There might be still sort of like a signal that you listen to all the time. For example, Apple has this too, but I think it's called Radio One or something like this, just not in the traditional sort of broadcasting terms. And I think that these platforms, I'm not saying YouTube specifically because who knows what's going to happen in 10 years, they're going to replace that. They're going to replace traditional TV entirely. Like when you turn on the TV nowadays already, like what's on the button is like a Netflix button, YouTube button that already exists, right? More and more people, especially young people, they don't have a TV subscription. Like I haven't had a TV subscription for like ever, right? And that's just how it's going to be. Like you're going to stream it over the internet. You're going to choose what you want to watch, right? And YouTube or something similar format or platform is going to be the one place where you consume all of your stuff. And it's not going to be like just TV, it's going to be everything. But TV will be replaced. Like broadcast TV will be replaced by this.
I think we haven't seen peak YouTube. I think it will continue to grow. It will, like, we basically only have seen the start of it. And like a lot of more stuff will happen on YouTube. But I also think like we see the first cracks in it, like all these copyright issues we have, or not we, YouTube has, and also this, yeah, like your content might just disappear and might just be not accessible anymore because somehow the algorithm changed or whatever, and YouTube or Google even doesn't completely understand why it changed. And like, this is a huge business risk. And
Yeah.
I could imagine that over time, that the frustration as a content creator or as a professional content creator will increase and increase, and at one point it's ripe for disruption.
Yeah.
I think we come here to an end of that segment. Do you have a wow?
I've been switching to Safari, or I have switched to Safari a couple weeks, maybe months now ago. And there's a plugin for Safari, one that actually costs money, called Stop the Madness, which is really great. For example, on YouTube, it has tons of settings, right? You can give like, don't modify my mouse, don't, for example, modify the context menu, so that kind of stuff to block a lot of stuff. And there's a specific YouTube settings section for it. For example, no autoplay, always pick the highest quality, and a couple of other things. And the highest quality is something I really, really like because, well, sometimes when you watch YouTube videos, YouTube decides, nah, your bandwidth isn't good enough for this video. I'm going to put you down to 720p. And you go like, why does this look like potato cam? And you have to manage with it. And this just sets that. And by the way, from last time when we talked about the subtitles, maybe there's a setting in there to permanently or by default disable the subtitles.
I might need to try Safari.
Yeah, otherwise Safari is a bit dodgy.
Is it?
It's fast, but like for the work that we do on Frame.io, I had issues at the beginning. And
What does it mean at the beginning?
The copying the share link didn't copy.
Ah, but this is a Frame.io issue
Really?
because that also doesn't work in the other browsers.
But it worked in Chrome for me always, or in Arc browser.
Okay,
In Safari at the beginning, it just didn't. But now it
but
works.
now it works,
It
right?
does,
Yeah. Frame.io is
difficult.
difficult. So yeah, I have more like an anti wow. So speaking of browsers, I have tried Atlas,
Oh, the
the
OpenAI browser.
GPT Atlas browser, and I decided to uninstall it again.
Did you have the version where you had the agentic
Yes,
thingy?
which I have used exactly 0 times.
Oh.
And I not even used the panel on the right side because this I actually had already in Edge. Yes, the audience, I'm using Edge browser. It's a version of Chrome that's a little bit less googly and a bit more Microsofty, but it has vertical tabs, which I really like.
Yeah, that is good.
So in theory, I had already the Copilot in Edge, and that I never used. So I basically just used Atlas ChatGPT integration as a Google replacement, which I don't know. So I'm back to Edge.
Back to Edge. I'm back to Safari. Or actually, no, wait. I started using Safari, not back to Safari.
Maybe I try Safari. Okay, so I think that's it, and we wow out.
Yes. And actually, I'm very curious, or we're probably very curious, where did you watch this episode on? Was it on the TV? Let us know down in the comments.
I'm really also curious, but promise. So, thank you very much, and see you next time.
See you next time. Thank you. Bye.